Welcome to the Don't You Worry podcast. We're your hosts, Briley and Britton Caldwell, and we're here to say, don't you worry, through stories, encouragement, and joy. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's conversation.
What is up, you guys? We are back with the Don't You Worry podcast. It's your favorite hosts, Briley and Britton.
And we are kicking off 2026. We've got a guest this week who we said was going to be on here a long time ago. We've been waiting for it. This is Tripp Hartline. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Tripp. I go to the same church as Briley and Britton.
Yes. We've grown up kind of knowing Tripp, and then the last few years gotten to know him a little better. We've been in a student group together, super fun. And we went to camp together this summer. Camp was really fun. So anyway, we're just going to get into today's episode and talk to you about your story. But first, we have a really fun question for you. So do you want to ask?
Go for it. How about you?
Okay.
Take it off.
So we know you've been diving a lot into the word, especially over the last year, especially getting into the historical things that not a lot of people are interested in, and the deep information. And we wanted to ask you if you could have met any character or seen anything in the Bible, like in real life, what would it have been?
Well, my favorite character, and this is a random one because his story is not that big, but Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just because he climbed the tree just to see Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But other than that, I would maybe want to be. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard question. I would think there's different links to it because would you have wanted to meet Adam and ask him about the animals?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
but also
how did you come up with some of these names?
Where did this come from?
Right, but also Noah building a boat in the middle of nowhere. So there's a lot of different.
I'll tell you one story I didn't want to see. I would not want to have been there for Cain and Abel's situation.
Oh, no.
No, that would have been bad.
Maybe Paul.
Yeah. Paul wrote a lot and had a lot
Yeah.
that he was interacting with the church.
Yeah, and he clocked it a few times.
Yeah, he did. I saw a reel today that was if Paul was still around, he would be writing some harsh letters to the church. I was like, that is so true. Literally.
Yeah.
But okay, so we wanted to ask you about your story. So something super fun happened, super cool and incredible happened in the last few months. So take us through anywhere from camp or whatever was going on through the whole story.
Do you want me to start from the beginning?
Yes, start from the beginning. Wherever that's at, start from the beginning.
Well, so around second grade, the summer before second grade, VBS. Mm-hmm. It was a big deal to get saved, and that was the whole point of VBS.
Yeah.
Knowing Jesus and stuff. And I guess I was really excited because I was all these people are getting baptized. Baptism seems so cool.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just get in the tub.
Right.
So that VBS before second grade, I went to y'all's grandpa, Mark, and I spoke to him, and I got saved and got baptized later that summer. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was so pumped over it. Second grade, I went in to meet my teacher, and the whole entire time I was bragging to her I got baptized.
That's so
I got
cool.
baptized.
Yeah.
But then growing up, it was just a kind of side, something on the side. I got baptized. I'm a Christian. I go to church on Sundays and sometimes Wednesdays.
Right.
But I didn't really grow up in the Bible or anything like that. I didn't really try to pray or anything.
Yeah.
And through middle school, it was most I mainly cared about acceptance. That was that's probably one of my biggest struggles is acceptance or trying wanting to fit in. It was always I wanted to be one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
I wanted and I'm not saying I'm not no one likes me or anything. I have friends, but I wanted to I wanted to be part of the popular group.
Right.
And that would bother me if I would be able to hang out with them at school or something like that, but then I didn't get I wasn't involved or I didn't understand. I hang out with them but not outside of school or something like that.
Yeah.
But as it got through that, it would bother me outside of school because I wouldn't hang out with people outside of school, and that was like a big problem because I would be at home and I wouldn't have nothing to do or something like that. And I'd only have like 2 or 3 friends.
Right.
And you'd like, leave it, like I would just kind of have only my thoughts at home. And like I didn't really talk to anyone about it because, I mean, why would I?
Yeah.
And then towards the end of 8th grade, I kind of started to realize that like it's not for me. I don't fit in with those people, not in a bad way, but those are just not my people. And like through 7th and 8th grade and like freshman, I started like shifting like ideas of how I thought and like finding new friends and trying to not really focusing on like the popular group, but I still wanted acceptance. And I mean, I still look for that, which I mean, I think most people do.
Yeah.
But like it was still a big part of like I need them to like me. I need the be accepted. I need to be liked. And I'll do like anything to do that. And then freshman year was I was kind of a floater. Like again, I had friends. I'm not saying I was friendless or anything.
Yeah.
But like I was mostly a floater. We just hang out like or talk to the people that were in my classes and stuff like that. And then sophomore year is kind of when it started. Like really, I really started diving in with like church. I started coming to Wednesday nights, and then that helped a lot because I started becoming friends with everybody there. And then that's also when I kind of started meeting my mentors, not meeting them, but like actually getting involved with them and talking to them.
Yeah.
All 3 of them go here.
Yeah.
So, and then towards the beginning, I didn't really like, it was just kind of like, I want to know God more. And then, during the summer was when like a lot of things happened. We had Vive nights, which was awesome.
Yes.
And a lot of those Vive nights, I had to like talk to y'all's uncle.
Yes.
Jess,
Yes.
about things, and it was just I really had like that drive, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to do, and I would try to like read the Bible and stuff like that, and try to pray. But like the biggest like I guess struggle during like in sophomore that year was the fact that I would try to pray and I would try to know God, but there was never like an actual like a feeling of like knowing he's like right here next to me.
Right.
Or he's like there listening to me. It's just kind of like you have to have faith. But I guess I didn't grasp that idea, and I like just wanted to know that he was there. And like it's just hard because you only have those like in the like during high school I've had like times where like at Young Life camps. Those like were really good for me. Like I would feel them sometimes, but it was like just like like chills or something like that. Right. But it was only once or twice, and then I started to understand that that's just. And then finally somehow I got I kind of grasped the idea that like he's always with you, but those chills and those feelings that you get is just him reminding you, or like like him reminding you. Right. And then towards the end of summer, Anthony started to preach on like being saved more often, like not ignoring the feeling that you get in your stomach. That was a big thing for me. I would get that feeling, like, I'm talking about the knot in your stomach. Yes. Kind of, it's not like...
It's like something's fighting inside of you. You're like, I feel so uncomfortable always. It's not like you don't, like, it's not something you ate or anything like that. It's just like weird feeling you never knew. I can't shake it.
And like there would be times where I had to, like, it would be hurting, and like I would get the idea, like it would pop in my head that I need to go down the altar. Yeah. I need to go to down at the altar. Yeah. And I would just sit there and like kind of fight it, like, no, I don't. It's fine. I'll go next week. That was a big thing. But then sometimes I would just grab, like if I was on the live stream computer, I would just grab Matt, the person next to me. Or I would go down to Joseph and grab him, be like, can we go to the altar? Or something like that. Or sometimes I would just make myself go to the altar. And then what I would notice is after going to the altar and trying, like at least trying to pray, and like wanting to, I would get out of church and the feeling would be gone, and it actually like I'd feel better, and it would just be totally gone. And then it was what was the service called? The
Harvest Sunday.
Yeah, the Harvest Sunday, where he got real big on
like gospel presentation.
He was branded as like fresh start. Yeah,
and I was sitting over near y'all, like so towards the front, and then it really like hit me whenever he like specifically talked about that feeling and ignoring it, and like saying don't ignore it, but I ignored it that day. And well, a lot of it was ignoring, a lot of it was not being very, very confused. Like during this past year and last year, the biggest concern for my salvation was did it count when I got baptized as a 9-year-old?
Yeah, I guess so. Second grade,
Did it count? Does that mean I'm saved? And then I would question, I don't know if I'd go to heaven or hell. I'm not sure what I would do. And then finally, one Wednesday night, October 29th, I don't remember what the sermon or the lesson was about at all because I was like stressed. I'm like, okay, do I do this? Do I do this tonight?
Yeah.
Do I go up to someone? And then after, I remember no one probably even noticed, but I was walking around. Like I'd go from like Joseph was over in this room talking to people. Anthony was walking around doing stuff, and I was trying to walk around, catch one.
Yeah.
And I would just walk around awkwardly, kind of looking around at people, going up to different groups, just trying to wait for one of them to get alone to where I could like swoop in and talk to them. And then finally Joseph got alone, and I talked to him, and it was very hard for me. It was very awkward.
Yeah.
Sorry to yawn.
There you go.
And then I spoke to him, and it was kind of weird because like I didn't know how to say it. So I was like, I think what I first asked was, how did he know when he needed to be saved, or how did he know when he was ready? And he told me like his story, and then it kind of just came about that I started explaining how I felt and how I grew up feeling these ways and having these struggles and not actually living. I didn't think I lived for God until here recently, where like over the summer I started a Bible study with my girlfriend. Before that I did a long one with Joseph. It wasn't very consistent, but it was good. And I would just like, and before that I would try really hard. I would ask y'all's dad for advice. I would just try different things. I started during the summer. I started reading through the Bible, and now I'm in Numbers.
Yes.
So it was very hard to get through Leviticus.
Yes.
Very hard.
I started at the very beginning of last year to try to go straight through the Bible, and the first like 10 books, I was like, this is absolutely so hard.
Well, I like history is like one of my favorite things. So it hasn't been too hard because I kind of like the like first chapter Numbers. I read one chapter and I had a whole conversation with Joseph about just the numbers of the amount of people. Because it just blew my mind. But what was I saying?
I don't remember.
About Leviticus.
Yeah.
You were going through the Bible.
You were going through.
Yeah, and that was all before, and that I was really like I was trying. I had the drive, and it was obvious, and like I would see how Wednesday nights was probably like the highlight of my week every week, and it got like it was either Wednesday or Sunday, and I always looked forward to it. It would make the rest of the week awesome, and then so that night Joseph took me over to Anthony once Anthony had sat down and was doing something, and he brought it up to me, and I explained everything to him, and then it kind of made me feel stupid, like a little stupid, because I was confused. Like I was so confused about everything, and like had no idea. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to heaven or hell. I have no idea.
Right.
And then Anthony just asks, "Are you gonna go to heaven or hell? Like, or do you think you're gonna go to heaven or hell?" And I'm like, hell.
Yeah.
And then he asked like a few other questions, 2 or 3 other questions, and each question like I would think for a second, and I had asked those questions before maybe or thought about it and had no idea. So confused. And then whenever he asked it, it was like the answer was obvious.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did I not realize? How did I not see that? And then finally, I like he was like, so do you think so? Well, and I said yeah. And then he made me do the prayer all by myself. And I was not expecting that. I was like, okay, he's about to, like, whenever I was
walk me through it.
Before second grade, Rich Mark, sat me down and was like, okay, you're gonna repeat after me, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then he didn't, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait,
what do I say? I have to talk. What do I
do? And then they both were like laughing about it, and then I did it, and after I was like, I didn't understand. I was like, am I saved now?
Yeah, like, did I pray right?
And it didn't hit me a few minutes later. I was like, I'm saved. I'm getting baptized.
Yeah.
I have a real relationship with God now.
Yeah.
And I went up to the group there and I was like crying pretty much.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it's been like a totally different view. And I wouldn't say I'm a totally different person. I still have the struggles and I still go back to what I used to do. But, like in a way I am, I guess, a different person.
Yeah.
Like with, and like my friends may not notice it yet or anything like that. But I still feel like in my alone time, totally different.
Yeah.
Before, I would suck at, I thought I would suck at praying.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't know how to talk to him. And I was like, am I doing this right? Are you even listening?
Yeah.
Or anything like that. But it's gotten to the point where I can actually, I can't have, I've seen Anthony, I've been in front of him and he's literally sat there, closed his eyes and asked God a question and then came back with an answer.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I think at this point I can actually kind of talk to him and just have quiet time and speak to him and not have questions about it or anything like that. Yeah. And then also the Bible, it's more, I became more hungry for it, I guess.
Yeah, you want more of it.
Yeah, I want more of it. And it's I can now see I start to notice if I'm not in the Bible or if I don't pray for a few days or something if I'm not in the Bible for multiple days in a row, and I'll start to notice and I'll start to kind of feel guilty.
Yeah.
And be like, I haven't talked to you at all today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Or I'll also look back and notice that just last week when I did a chapter of blah 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 every single day of Ephesians or something, I was more consistent with things. I was more productive. I was more happy. I was more out of less a part of the world.
Yeah.
And it just it's been a lot better. It's been a lot better.
Yeah. And I was gonna ask, how has it changed your relationships, or maybe just even your outlook and perspective on relationships, with your family, with your friends?
I'd say it's changed my outlook a lot, but I wouldn't say it's changed my relationships as a whole yet.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd say that's that's 100% my fault because I'm not I'm still not ready to. Well, I think I'm ready, but I'm still afraid to take steps forward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm I'd say I'm doing stuff better. I don't, I've told y'all before, I don't listen to, before I would listen to rap music all the time because I thought it was cool and I liked it.
Yeah.
And I still do. But, I haven't listened to secular music in 2 months.
Yeah.
On I haven't myself put it on my phone and actually wanted to listen to it.
Yeah.
And that's felt really good.
Yeah.
And then, other stuff I've noticed that it's there's change. I know change is happening, but mainly it's not really changed relationships yet, but it has changed the outlook a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm really wanting to now bring more of my friends in, and if there's a friend that I know who doesn't know God or doesn't have a relationship with him, it more hurts me more.
Yeah. Because then you want to pray for them and go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, how has your decision and salvation, hyped you up? Because obviously, you're a very energetic person and you try to, bring a hype, anything hype to a crowd. And I just wanted to ask, how has that made you even more on fire?
I mean, it just motivated me more to want to invite friends or to make myself be more productive, and it's made me want to try harder and like read more and pray more. It's made me like which a lot of the stuff that I've read I've went through. I've done all the epistles so far through Ephesians. I'm in Ephesians now, and a lot of it, like, I'm big on what Paul believes about like the faith, and that's all you need. Yeah. And through faith, like, it's not like he is commanding you to do the works, but through the faith you're gonna do the works.
Right.
And I love that, and that motivates me as well, just to be a better person, and just fuels my drive.
Well, and like, we try to listen to worship music every single morning on the way to school, especially, like, no matter what music I hear in the afternoon or whatever, like, always start my day with worship music. And through that, and through starting your day with like reading scripture and things like that, it just pushes you to want to do more throughout the day. Because, like, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, she said her struggles before like accepting Christ and then after accepting Christ were totally different. She used to struggle with like worldly things, and now she struggles with, okay, well, have I read my Bible enough? Like, am I doing more? You know what I mean?
I can 100% agree with that. Like, before, I think my main things were, which a lot of these are still around a lot.
Yeah.
But the biggest main things before were acceptance, lust, judgment, and like I can't think of all of it, but like a lot of it.
Yeah.
And just like surrounding myself with worldly things. And like with the music thing, I now, like, if I want to listen to a certain music, I'd listen to like Drake, 21 Savage, Playboy Cardi, and he's like intense.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to where, like, I just find like similar artists that sound like that music.
Right.
And it works out.
Yeah.
To where I don't want to listen to other music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, the thing that I have told her before is, like, for me personally, I feel like it's a different personal conviction for everybody. But, like, if I watch a movie and there's a bad word in it, like, I typically would forget that movie. Like, I would forget that line. But if it's a song with a bunch of bad language, like, that's going to stay in my brain. Because I get songs stuck in my head so easily. So I told her, I was like, if anything, like, is not truth, then I don't want it playing in my head all the time. You know what I mean? So, like, the majority of what I listen to, I want, like, my most of the Spotify rap to be in here. I want the most of that to be uplifting music.
I started to realize that, like, listening to certain people's, like, certain artists, that it kind of gave me a certain mood. And then now I listen to, like, I think I listen to Washed maybe 5 times a day.
That's what she's been driving.
Oh my God.
I've actually been driving her crazy because I've been listening to it every single day.
Every time, and I'm like, listen, it's a great song, but can we change it up a little?
Like, in the car. Oh my gosh, I listen to it all the time.
And like, and a lot of Christian music in like the rap genre a lot of it's kind of cringy.
Yeah.
To listen to it, and it's like, this is not what I want to listen to, but to find like the right stuff for you is perfect. Like, I have a lot of stuff, like, all of it hypes me up and gets me going.
Yeah. Yes. And I was also going to ask, what do you think, like, the things that you struggle with now are in your relationship with God the most? Or, I mean, I know this has only been like a few months, but just what have you seen that you have started struggling with?
Biggest thing would be consistency. And I think that's with a lot of people.
That's me too.
Yeah. And then, I mean, lust is still a big thing, and I can say that for most men.
Yeah.
Just, again, like, being in the world with like worldly things, accepting it. Like, I don't want to accept it, but I still do sometimes, just to be able to fit in. I still, when I'm in public, I still have that, struggle with fitting in, but then it's when I'm alone that it's like, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on that to, like, be able to be the odd one out, or be the different one.
And be confident.
Yeah. Acceptance is something that I literally struggle with so much. And
that's like, I need to have friends.
Exactly. And I'm like, that's a reason why I stepped away from dance, because that was a huge struggle for me because constantly, like every time I walked in there, I was like, okay, I have to do everything perfect. So I'm accepted. I have to dance good. And if I mess up, then I'm going to like beat myself up about it. And it was like just such a awful thing for me. And so I'm trying to step away. Cause like you said, like when I'm just hanging out with my super close friends, I'm not thinking about it at all. Right. I'm like, they accept me. They love me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I want to make sure I'm funny or don't embarrass myself or just to fit in with them.
Exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't want to be bad, but also like, I want them to like me.
If I act like this or say this, that I don't want to do this or something like that, what if they get mad or I go down in the ranking of the group, the friend group or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Or if they like think you're weird.
You don't get invited then. And I'm like, dang it.
Was it easy or hard for you to tell people what had happened when you like actually made the decision to get a personal relationship with Jesus?
Like, was it easy for me to tell them that I got saved?
Yeah, like, was it easy for you to tell other people, or was it kind of like an awkward thing?
It depended on a lot of it was I had to tell them at school. Yeah. And a lot of that was like, how do I, while they're sitting here having these conversations and like, yelling and cussing and stuff like that, how do I sit there and go, I got saved this past week, blah, 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 or say something like that. But after doing it like once or twice, it would make me feel better about doing other places. Like I was walking with down the hallway with two of them, and they didn't usually speak about things like this, but I knew they were Christian, and I said it, and like, you know, they're like, they rage bait and stuff like that. But then once I said it, they like flipped the switch kind of and was like, oh, good job, bro, and like fist bumped me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we're good. You're so right though. Like doing it once makes it so much easier to do it again, because like if people are awkward in our school about like any conversations like that, it's like, oh, you're kind of weird if you like get serious.
I don't keep this mindset like every single day with every single friend, but I'm kind of starting to like want and have the mindset of like if I'm annoying you about it, or like if I'm, you know, wanting to invite you to church or something like that, then I'm just going to invite you and you can say no or be annoyed.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing my job, so sucks for you.
I'm like, if you get annoyed with me asking so many times, then that's fine.
I don't want you then.
Then I guess you're just not going to come. Yeah. If you could have like one different thing, this is kind of wrapping up, but like one different thing about our school, or that people at our school could do, people around the world, whoever's going to hear this, could do more or could push more of or spend more time with God, like what would be your advice for going into this new year and like truly living all in for Jesus?
I feel like, a big thing for me was having mentors that would like get hyped up with me or be there to like I had 3 main ones and each one I kind of went forward for different things. If I was hyped up for one, I'd go to one. If I needed prayer, or if I wasn't sure about something, I'd go to one. Or if I just needed a question about something I was confused with, I'd go to one.
Yeah.
And that helped me a lot. And then also just surrounding yourself with the right people. Like once I started coming, I think one of the biggest things for me was starting to come to Wednesday nights. And it became one of my favorite things ever. And added me to, I think, in my opinion, one of the best communities.
Yeah.
And so I think community is a big deal, and just having the right people.
Yeah, I told her one of my friends just experienced something insane and awesome that God did in her life, and you heard about it in students. But I told her afterwards, I was like, there's 2 different sides to this. Like, definitely go tell people that don't know Jesus, because they need to know that. But at the same time, find the people that are going to hype you up, like the Christian people that you know, your mentors or your friends, because they're going to celebrate with you so hard for these moments.
Which I know I didn't tell enough people at all.
Yeah.
Like I was disappointed.
Yes,
myself.
But you can always tell more people. You're telling more people right now.
I got saved.
Yes, congratulations. But it has been so fun to have you on the podcast. This has been so good. And do you have anything else to add, or are we good?
No, do y'all have any more questions?
No. I don't think so. I think we're good.
Yeah, it was great hearing your story.
Yes.
And we will see you guys back next week.
Actually,
oh, wait. Go for it.
One more.
Go for it.
I have one question for each of you.
Go for us. Okay.
What was y'all's biggest struggle before and after? And when did y'all
Before and after
get
salvation?
Well, when did y'all get saved?
So I got saved whenever I was 9 years old. So I was going into 4th grade. I got saved at a VBS too. And I think it was a huge struggle for me beforehand was just not caring, because like I was young, so I wasn't really dealing with like cussing or like getting in the wrong crowds. Like I wasn't dealing with like high school issues, but I think it was really just like I didn't want to pray every time that like our parents would have to like kind of drag me to church. Like, yes, I would enjoy like being with my friends.
I would sleep in church.
Exactly. And I was like,
I'd lay down and count the lights.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all done that.
Yeah. I know. I was like, and I guess I was there so much because our dad's always been a pastor. So I'm like, oh, it's just another one of those things.
Thing. It's part
exactly.
Of your life. Right. Part of your routine.
Exactly. So it just got so normal for me to like not care that much. And then I saw all of my friends start getting their lives changed. And then I saw when Briley got saved, and it was like slowly, I mean, our parents would pray with us every night, and it was like there was consistency in my life. And so the more that I thought about it and the more that like I actually made the decision, then I started craving it more. But that was my biggest struggle beforehand. And my biggest struggle afterwards has just been acceptance, because like that's such a huge deal for me, and I hate that it is, because like I don't want it to be a big deal, but that's probably the biggest thing I struggle with now.
Yeah. For me, the fear beforehand, before I had accepted Jesus Christ, like in my heart, it was always fear and anxiety. So there was a lot of moments, I got saved when I was 8 years old, but there were a lot of moments leading up to that where like in my brain, I knew something was wrong, and I was like, I've seen people get baptized. I've seen people like accept Jesus, but that's probably not for me yet. And there's so many pastors in our family that like one of my cousins used to ask me when we were little, she was like, "Are you saved?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." Like, I don't know. Don't ask me that. I did not want to hear any of that, but it like stressed me out so much. And then our dad took a trip to Israel for 2 weeks.
I want to go to Israel really badly.
Me too. We should all take a trip.
Yes.
But
that'd be amazing.
He went
summer
with
camp.
Yes. He went with this group to Israel for 2 weeks. And like at that age, I think I relied so much on my parents, like to make me feel comfortable, because I knew they always had the answers and they were always there like when I needed them. So when he went away for a week, like it stressed me out so bad. I guess because like partly because he was on the other side of the country. So like that's kind of a big deal. Or I guess it's on the other side of the country. I'm so bad at geography. But so I was like so
it's
stressed.
Not the same country. It's kind of a
cut that out.
It's a different.
So bad. No. On the other side of the world is what I meant.
So world. There you go.
Not country. Sorry, guys. But so I got so stressed out about it. And I ended up, like, I told Mom one night, I was crying and I was like, I'm so embarrassed, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I need something. I feel like maybe I need to get saved. Like, I don't know. So we called Dad. It's 2 a.m. where he's at.
Y'all told this on a recent podcast,
did
right?
we? Yeah, I think we did. And he was like, yes. Like, you could tell he had just woken up. And I was like, I don't know what's wrong. I'm just like, I'm so stressed out. I think I need to get saved, but I don't really know what I'm doing. And he was like, okay. So then he was trying to walk me through it, but so much of it was me relying on him in that moment. I just kept being like, you tell me what to do. You tell me what. And then I was like, okay, I'm fine. So I ignored it. I was like, I don't actually need this. I was just like, I just need to talk to Dad and then I'll be fine. So 3 months go by and I still keep having this thing in my head that's like, you need this, you need this. And finally in April of that year, this was 10 years ago, but in April of that year, I was like, okay, this is something I actually need. Like, this isn't just something that my parents, as much as they love me, they're not going to get me anywhere. They can't save me from the sins that I've committed. They can't save me from the fears in my life, any of that. So I finally was like, I don't know what I need to do. And I came to both of them with that. And they were like, go read this passage of scripture. So on my own, I went in my bedroom and read this scripture. And I was like, it's so obvious. Like, why haven't I done this before? So like you said, like, he did not walk me through it at all. He was like, you're going to pray on your own. And I prayed and accepted Jesus that night. And then all of the struggles that I faced after that were so different, because the biggest struggle, I think, after that, I still dealt with a ton of fear and anxiety, and I had a big season of anxiety for a while and dealt with grief, like a lot. But the biggest thing was doubt for me. It was over and over again. I just kept doubting, like, am I actually saved? Like, what am I doing? But for me personally, like, as I was thinking this over and over again, I was like, am I saved? Am I going to go to heaven? Like, did I do it right? I don't know what if I did the wrong thing? But then I was praying about this one night, like a couple of years ago, honestly. And as soon as I was like, God, take away like all my doubt. I don't want to doubt anymore. I know for sure that I have accepted you. Then I started playing that song in my head. That's the I sought the Lord and he heard and he answered. And I was like, that moment in 2016, I sought the Lord and he truly did answer me. So I was like, I can have faith in that and I can have the confidence in that regardless of what anyone else tells me, like that was real. And I have Jesus and I'm so much more confident in that now than I was in the moment. And that just comes with growth in your faith and everything. But yeah, I think that was my before and after.
Yeah. Another thing that I struggle with a lot now too is boldness and just like kind of going for it no matter what area it is in my life. Just like just not being afraid to put myself out there with people, with like experiences or just anything, because I'm so like, I'm afraid. It goes back to the acceptance, but like I think the different experiences that I have had have also pushed me, because then like moving also pushed me. Doing this podcast has been a great thing for me to do. And so just, I do still deal with a ton of that, but also I've tried to find different outlets where I'm like, well, if I can run a podcast in 47 different countries, I can have a conversation with this one girl. Like this, I've kind of put things in perspective, which is really helpful. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then like another thing, I think it kind of popped in my head when y'all were explaining that, just exploring, like not just reading the scripture, but exploring it and finding someone that like helps you a lot.
Yeah.
Like, certain scriptures, like reading Leviticus, a lot of it was boring, but it was it was interesting for me, but it was also still a little boring.
Yeah.
But then like certain things, just like if you read the scripture a lot, you're gonna find things that interest you more. You're gonna find things that just boost your just like make you more positive.
Yeah.
Like in Numbers, the thing I was so like overwhelmed about was, so all my life I've thought that when Moses left, whenever he ran away from Egypt with all the Israelites, I figured it was just like a few thousand.
Yeah.
Or, and like when I heard the word, like they camped in the wilderness, okay, that's like a few hundred, a few thousand people, a camp, around Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
Like a casual amount. And then I get to the first chapter of Numbers, never read Numbers. I've never read Numbers, Deuteronomy.
Because you see the numbers and you're like, oh, okay, we're going to skip that.
I've just never thought about it.
Yeah.
And I read the first chapter, and it's the first chapters on the number from each tribe of the warriors that are available. And it gets to the end, it has the like final count. It was like 600 and something. And that's just for the warriors. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is way bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
And I started like yelling over text at Joseph. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
This is mind blowing. And like I went to ChatGPT and I put in, I was like, make a picture of 1,000 Israelites camped around Mount Sinai. And I saw the image and I was like, whoa.
That's crazy.
So that's like, I think that's probably my favorite thing about just like, I guess, God or Christianity is the immeasurable sizes of things. Like, and the just how, like, there's just so much that you can't comprehend.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can't comprehend it should tell you that there's something more powerful.
Yes.
And that like we can't know everything, so there's gotta be something.
Yeah.
And it's just like it blows my mind to think about it, and it like sometimes just hurts my brain to think about like how big this is or something like that. And that that's probably my favorite thing about that.
And we went to the Ark encounter over a couple years ago. Yeah. Which that's one of the things for me.
Which actually I thought that was gonna be bigger.
Yeah. But the thing in my brain, like the Creation Museum, we had toured that.
The Creation Museum is really cool. You gotta
go. It's like
just
the thought of nothing in the world.
Oh yeah.
And
like
everything.
A big thing for me is
I'm like,
what the heck?
Like I do not understand.
Yeah, like with Anthony, I think I've asked Anthony countless amount of questions about different things. Like it's the most random things. Like with the Ark, I for some reason find it so interesting, and so like I'm so intrigued on like the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that the world's been like made for millions of years.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
But I also like there's just so much. Like one thing I've asked Anthony that we can never, like no one will ever know, like the 7 days of creation, were they 7 days?
Yeah.
Or were they like a day in like God's measurement?
Right.
Because like we don't understand. So I mean, it could be forever.
Right.
But like it was just some of those things amaze me.
Yeah. It really does. This has been such a good conversation.
Yeah, I've loved hearing your story and all of your perspective on things.
Yeah. If you take away anything from today, join a student group, get some good community, and just share your story with people, because that has been probably the best part about our student group is just hearing each other's stories and all the things that have happened this year.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back next week for another episode.